earlier chapters, we have learned about Composer, and we learned how to create a web form by using Composer. Now we will move on our lesson number 2, cascading style sheet and JavaScript. So what is a cascading style sheet? Cascading style sheet or CSS allows you to specify style for the visual element of the website. It helps us to keep the information content of a document separate from the details of how to display it. This detail of how to display the document is known as a style. Styles specify the appearance of particular page element on the screen. So keeping the styles separate from the content help us to: number 1, avoid duplicating in coding. Number 2, use the same content with different style for different purpose. And number 3, easy maintenance of code. Suppose in HTML, if we want to content of some paragraph from tag P to appear in bold, then we have to insert the bold tag B every time the tag P tag appears in the source code. If the website is large, repeating the tag every time becomes tedious and time consuming, but using CSS we can set all elements types to appear in a style as per our choice. So even if we have more numbers of tag P's in the website, using CSS we can set the style for all the tag P tags at once. So thus we can say that HTML is used to describe the information content of the document and not the style, while CSS describes the style of the element in the document and not its content. Using CSS, we can control the font types, font and elements colors, space, margin and element position in our website. Here you can see syntax of CSS. The syntax of CSS consists of special symbol known as the rules. A CSS rule has two main parts, a selector and one or more declarations. The selector is the HTML element on which you want to apply the style. Remember students, the selector is the HTML element on which you want to apply the style. Declarations consist of a property associated with the HTML element used in selector and its corresponding values. The general syntax of CSS is defined as, you can see, selector into curly bracket property colon value. You can see an example of our H1 element. H1 is a selector here. It is an HTML element into curly bracket color. Color is a property and colon green. So green is value. So it is a syntax of CSS. So how add CSS to a web pages in Composer? So we can easily add CSS using Composer. Let us learn how to add CSS to a web page in Composer. To make sure that Composer uses CSS by default, click Edit and choose Preferences. This will open option dialog box as shown in figure. So select the general category on the left side of the window. Select the checkbox, use CSS style instead of HTML element and attributes. If it is not selected, Composer will now use the CSS styling instead of HTML to format the text. You can see. You can select edit and choose preference if you want to know your web page or Composer support CSS by default. You can see here cascading style sheet editing. Use CSS style instead of HTML element and attributes. Let's define a CSS in Composer and see how to apply it. Assume that we want to design a website and the heading on all the web pages should follow a particular style. For example, all the heading 1 means H1 inserted in the web pages should follow the style as given. See, a font Times New Roman, case, uppercase, alignment, center align, background color light blue, and border dotted border. And we will also define one more style for tag P for paragraph. So paragraph align justify and its border dotted and with background color. So let us define CSS for both H1 means a heading tag and for tag P. Open Composer and first of all open a new file and give the title name and save the file. So first click on save button and then ask for title. First I apply title as a my CSS. Click on OK button, then it will ask for name of file. So define a file name as a suppose my CSS. Okay, so when you click on a save button, okay, so now in the composition toolbar select the cascade button. You can see here it is a composition toolbar and it is a cascade button. So if the file is not saved, the page title dialog box will be open. After giving the page title and save the file, it will open the dialog box. So this will open the dialog box as shown, you can see. So when I click CSS button, then you can see it is a CSS style sheet dialog box. Using this dialog box, we will define the style for each element and click on the first radio button. Style apply to all the elements of type. So from the drop down menu, choose an element to create the style rule. As we want to create a style for heading 1. So we have selected H1 means heading 1 from the drop down menu. So heading 1. Now click the create style rule button. You will see that the CSS style dialog box remain open, but the option will change. You can see here there are 7 tabs: general, text, background, border, box, list, and URL. So there are 7 tabs here, and you can see H1 element just below the heading internal style sheet on the left pan. You can see here of the window, and for each element we add a style rule will appear in this list below the heading internal style sheet. So on the right side of the window you will see various tabs like general, background, text, border, box. Each of these tabs can be used to give a specific style to the element, but all the tabs may not be applicable to the selector. For each the style rule is created. So now let us create the style rule for H1 selector. Okay, so first select text box. So select H1 in the left pane of the window and click the text tab, and this will shows the various style option like font family. You can see font size, font family, line height, colors, font weight, style, case, alignment. So here our condition for H1, our criteria to define H1 in font Times New Roman. So select you can select predefined from drop down. Predefined, you can also select Times New Roman. You can also choose use custom font family and choose Times New Roman also. So here I select predefined and choose Times New Roman. Okay, so font size you can increase or decrease here for up arrow and down arrow. Okay, then you can define a font color. Suppose I define font color light blue or any other colors. Okay, then uh, then fonts sorry case define as per our criteria. The case we have to apply case uppercase and alignment center. Okay, then border, you can see here the border style. Here by default style unspecified, we have to define dotted border around it. You can see it's a preview around, you can see around dotted border. Okay, then you can click on general tab. You can see a border style colon dotted, font style, a font family Times New Roman, font size, color in hexadecimal value, text transform uppercase, and text align center. You can see here, remember it is a selector. H1 is our selector, so which is one of an HTML element, and you can see here declarations here. So now we will apply style sheet. We will apply style on a heading 1. So click on OK button and then click on format toolbar 1. You can see here it's a body text here, and when you click on heading 1, then you can see our style sheet apply here. And if you apply or if you specify the heading, then you can see, suppose here a caps lock off here, and when I type registration form, then it will look like. We will also apply for paragraph. So let apply create for a paragraph. We can use the same procedure to create a style for any other element in the web page. So once again you can see if you want to apply or to add other element, so click on the arrow of CSS button. You can see here in the upper left corner of the CSS style sheet dialog box, choose style rule from the drop down menu, and after adding the style rule for all the element, click OK button. Then see, you can see from drop down menu select paragraph, choose create style rule. Now you can see as a selector P, suppose text, here we will define a Times New Roman, font size define here. For example, here we define style here, sorry, size here. Then we will define alignment. So paragraph always define as a justify. So alignment, for alignment we can select here justify. We can also select background tab and select background color. Suppose I specify the background colors here and press the OK button. Then you can also select a border. Suppose I select solid border, you can see its preview here. You can select box. Now you can see your preview. Then you can click on general and you can see or selected here P, and it is a declaration for tag the element, then you click on OK button. Now if you want to apply a paragraph, then select paragraph. Then you can see, if you now apply the paragraph here, then you can see, or you can once again, when you have if you want to apply heading, then once again it's for heading 1. And once again, student, remember there are 3 toolbars on edit mode bar. There is a normal HTML tag and source. You can see on the source, then you can see here our style sheet ready here, and you can see h1 is our element of HTML, and you can see here declaration in curly bracket. So it is for h1 and it is for p. So now we will move on our next topic, that is JavaScript.